We have spent the last decade signing global treaties and setting ambitious climate targets. Governments worldwide have made public promises to completely decarbonize their economies. India's National Green Hydrogen Mission is one of the most aggressive examples of this. Under the Panchamrit climate goals, the country is committed to producing 5 million tons of green hydrogen annually by 2030. Political agreements cannot magically summon clean energy. Generating, moving, and storing zero-emission power requires a massive expansion of physical infrastructure. To actually capture that energy, we need industrial-scale equipment. That means fabricating complex electrolyzers, installing heavy battery arrays, and laying out sprawling solar fields that stretch to the horizon. This gap between theoretical policy and on-the-ground reality is where a company named Advait Energy Transition steps in. They are building the physical bridge required to make these energy targets possible. The heavy lifting of the climate transition falls on industrial manufacturers. Policymakers write the rules, and software startups optimize the data, but someone actually has to forge the steel and build the machines. Before they were a renewable energy manufacturer, Advait Infratech started in 2009 as a traditional nuts and bolts grid infrastructure company. Their foundational legacy products were the physical components that keep the lights on: optical fiber ground wires, stringing tools to hang high-voltage lines, and emergency restoration systems to fix collapsed towers. Maintaining the power grid is unglamorous, highly technical work. It requires navigating difficult terrain, handling extreme high-voltage environments, and dealing with heavy, specialized metals. A decade of physically stringing power lines gave Advait deep engineering credibility. They learned exactly how electricity moves across long distances and what makes a transmission network fail. You cannot design a reliable, renewable grid if you do not thoroughly understand the vulnerabilities of the legacy system it is replacing. Recognizing the shift in national energy demands, Advait executed a strategic pivot driven heavily by India's production-linked incentive schemes to boost domestic manufacturing. They transitioned from stringing cables to assembling complex machinery, building out a high-tech facility to manufacture the engines of the clean energy economy. This resulted in the launch of their 30-megawatt alkaline electrolyzer facility in Mehsana, Gujarat. This diagram shows an electrolyzer using electricity to physically split water molecules into pure hydrogen gas. Advait's modular facility is scaling production from 30 up to 100 megawatts, targeting a massive 1 gigawatt by 2030 to meet soaring demand for green hydrogen hardware. To reflect this total shift in operations, the company officially rebranded from Advait Infratech to Advait Energy Transitions. This aggressive manufacturing roadmap takes government hydrogen policy off the paper and turns it into physical, operational reality. Producing green hydrogen is only part of the equation. Because solar and wind power are intermittent, large-scale battery energy storage systems are mandatory to keep the grid stable when the sun goes down. Advait recently won a 335-megawatt battery auction in Gujarat, and they are establishing a 2.5 gigawatt-hour battery manufacturing factory to supply these projects. They are also expanding internationally, securing an investment in the Norwegian fuel cell company Teco 2030 and forming alliances to build clean tech and carbon markets across Africa. Mastering physical transmission lines, grid-scale battery storage, and global carbon credits allows them to operate a unified, self-sustaining clean tech ecosystem. This chart shows the immediate financial validation of Advait's pivot, highlighted by a 113% increase in revenue in a single year. Their profitability scaled even faster, with EBITDA growing by 145%, proving that adapting to clean energy hardware is highly lucrative. Traditional legacy infrastructure companies face a strict reality today. They must adapt to the new energy economy or face obsolescence. The climate era is a highly profitable industrial revolution. The ultimate winners are agile, legacy hardware builders with the engineering experience to actually construct it.